remember which authorities contacted you?
Les gardes-côtes américains.
In the last 2 hours, the US Coast Guards confirmed that a Canadian aircraft detected underwater noises.
Yesterday, a Canadian P-3 detected underwater noises in the search area. As a result, ROV operations were relocated in an attempt to explore the origin of the noises.
C'était réconfortant de voir que, alors, au moment des recherches, toutes les familles ont pensé qu'ils allaient les trouver. Tous vraiment, on y croyait, on avait de l'espoir. Tout devait se faire très rapidement, mais toujours à ce moment-là, personne ne parlait comme s'ils allaient trouver les débris.
The story had the ingredients. It had Titanic. It had billionaires. It had running out of time.
Officials now believe it's down to less than 2 days' worth of breathable air.
The news had an oxygen countdown in the corner. And it was really hard to go on any sort of media.
The search for the missing submersible, which was on its way to the wreck of the Titanic, has already covered an area nearly the size of Wales.
Court documents show that a former employee sued the company in 2018, claiming
Time really has become the most precious commodity.
I definitely doom scrolled a good while. My friends were checking in on me, making sure that I wasn't on my phone for too long.
I didn't fucking shit!
What if all of this is actually a ploy to keep people from visiting the Titanic wreckage? But if that's the goal, why?
It's hard to put into words. And I felt a lot of different feelings, including anger. It was a very weird week. But even the first day, the general assumption was the worst.
So good.
The Coast Guard has officially convened a Marine Board of Investigation into the loss of the submersible and the 5 people on board. That investigation will be led by Chief Investigator Captain Investigation.
The Titan was not flagged by any foreign nation or a U.S. state. That was very unusual. Never seen it before.
Never seen.
No, in 26 years of doing investigations. So,
How's that happen?
I think it happens by design.
Can we start with the lights off and turn them on?
Sure.
What else can you show me here?
We have external lights here, so I think they are like they are. This is our oxygen system, so this is the bottle we use for normal operation, and all of these are emergency, the ones that are in red, so that's 4 days of emergency oxygen. Pilot's back here, he's typically back here like this with 2 displays, so it can fly off of one.
And how do you drive it?
with this controller.
How can you be so smart but so dumb?
He was a humble human being, and he was an arrogant scientist for sure. Like, he knew he was smart. There was no doubt about it. He knew he was a genius even. Just the way he was talking, the confidence. He was a very confident person, right? That, like, he says things with conviction. He tells you what he's gonna do, and he tells you why it works. The way he says it makes you go like, this guy knows what he's talking about.
I think we made great progress in the 60s and 70s on manned ocean exploration, and it died off for a lot of explainable but illogical reasons.
Redo the clear topside, help me.
But in 2015, things started to change.
If you ever wanted to visit the wreck of the Titanic, well, your opportunity is coming. Tourists will be able to participate in the first submersible expedition to the Titanic since 2005. Mr. Rush, thanks for this today.
Oh, pleasure to be here.
At the time, I was probably the only person on the planet that he knew that had run expeditions to Titanic before.
2.5 miles beneath the ocean surface lies the wreck of the Titanic. There she is. That is unbelievable.
We were an expedition company. We had delivered around 150, 160 people to Titanic.
Why is it taking so long for something like this to come about? Because as you know, there's a lot of interest even to this day in the Titanic.
Yes, I don't think many people appreciate there are only 4 manned submersibles that can get to the depth of the Titanic.
Titanic is a huge draw card.
I'm actually flying a remotely operated vehicle, and this is Gilligan. I don't know if you can see him there. He's the green sort of toaster on steroids.
I mean, even now, over 100 years after she sank, she just captures people.
People are so enthralled with Titanic. I read an article that said there are 3 words in the English language that are known throughout the planet, and that's Coca-Cola, God, and Titanic.
Stockton saw an opportunity to restart tourist visits to Titanic. There was discussion about how we would market those expeditions, how we would process paying clients, what the experience would look like, and how we would build and grow the product.
CEO Stockton Rush and his team will be the first since 2005 to see the site. Civilians paying the inflated price of first-class passage on the Titanic's maiden voyage.
You're there with a mission, so somebody comes with us, they're going to work on operating the sonar.
But first the idea was to build a team.
As soon as I finished school, I joined the Royal Navy. I ended up working as a commercial diver, ROV pilot, and I've been involved in submersibles for 20 plus years now.
This is L5. Kilo, kilo, kilo. Roger, L5, Park, Seal.
My wife Carol, she actually saw an advert online at the time, and she said we're looking for somebody to fulfill the position of Director of Marine Operations.
A girlfriend of mine happened upon their website and sent it to me and said, wow, look at this, isn't this cool? I started diving in 2013 and I fell in love with it. So I basically was cyber stalking Oceangate for a while, and lo and behold, a bookkeeping job came up.
I was just on LinkedIn one day on the ferry and came across this company that was building submersibles in my backyard. And I thought, I love building stuff. Started in the Navy as a deep sea diver. I studied material science at UC Berkeley.
Rolling.